So, Cinder's saying, I'm very sorry to Spite for the harassment she's gotten over the years for absolutely no reason other than being similar to me. I know how it feels to be called a copy or inferior version of someone else than you when you know it's not true. I dislike Spite for what I thought was her copying me, and I was harassed for being similar to her too, just not nearly to the degree I was with Silverveil. I never reached out to talk things out with Spite, and I should have. I'm sorry, I never condoned or told anyone to harass any other creator, even if I ever held anything against them myself. So she says, I lied when talking about Spite in my apology. I knew Red had talked to Nano about her in 2023. He had gone as far as to ask her not to work with Spite. It was not something I had anything to do with, but I was okay with it after he told me Nano agreed. I lied so I wouldn't make things worse for myself and admit to more than I was being accused of at the time when everything was crashing down on me. I'm sorry to her for being unknowingly excluded from working with Nano because of how I felt about it. Yeah, she lied about it in her initial apology. I believe Spite was contacted by Shylily and compelled to make a public statement about me. Wait, really? She thinks that Shylily contacted her? But Aru said that Shylily didn't contact her either. I don't know how likely that is. It's made up of allegations without evidence and is purely based on conjecture. She's profited off these baseless accusations since making them against me. What accusation has Spite levied against her? If Spite was never shown the screenshots of Red as... My understanding of the Spite doc is that she only was clarifying that she did not copy Cinder. If Spite was never shown the screenshots of Red asking Nano not to work with her, which I feel Spite would have included in her document, then she made her statement over one screenshot of Red's DM talking about her from May of 2023. At no point have I ever stolen or copied anything from Spite. Besides Red, I've only talked about my grievances with Spite to a handful of friends. Following her on Twitter is the extent Red and I have ever been watching her, and I haven't cared about what she was up to beyond mid-2023. I moved past all of this a long time ago, and I wish no ill will towards Spite. Yeah, because after that she started obsessing over Silverveil. Shylily strikes again. She's behind everything. She's behind everything that's happening bad in the VTuber industry. Nimi getting married, Agura graduating, Maria losing her model. Okay, so she says here, the first thing I want to show is the evidence that I didn't copy Spite's design or outfits at any point, including the blue fire merch artwork I have of myself. In 12/16/2020, my original character design was finished. My reference sheet also described my blue flames. Posted my full reference sheet on Twitter for the first time. Spite made her account in May of 2021, about 3 months after my post. I posted my PNG model that I was using to stream from 6/15 to 2021 until my model debut a year later on 6/25/2022. It had an alternate blue version I use sometimes too. Oh, it's cute. Our first ever VOD in YouTube Studio with the upload date, and that is June 15, 2021. As far as I could find, this was the first time Spite ever posted her character design on Twitter. July 3, 2021, about a month later. Juan? Yeah, it wasn't Millie who bullied Ike, it was Shylily. Yeah, absolutely. Since it's my more fantastical outfit, this was when I first brought the idea of my demon design to Nano. The idea came from seeing Fruit's evil alternate design a year earlier in December of 2020, and I knew I wanted to have a similar outfit since then. Oh, we've read those screenshots before. It's the one where she's like, hey, I placed the scab. Nano's like, thank you for the scab. And then she's like, December would be perfect. Love your work. I'm so happy you'll be able to help me. How much your character design normally cost? I'd like to hang out and play sometimes. And she's mentioning having a new demon outfit design for Cinder. And this is in November 16, 2021. This is her inspiration, she claims, is Fruit from December 30, 2020. The demon design was started. I made a Google Drive folder of concepts I think would look nice for a demon design of Cinder. I included my current reference sheet for you to use too. I have notes on each image with what I like about them. Please take your time and have fun with it. I look forward to seeing what your ideas come up with. Oh, this was really fast. She's asking for a color scheme change. Here's all the references she gave Nano. Oh, Boa Hancock. The original demon design was finished about 4 months before my original model debut on 6/25/2022. This version of the design never became a model. The demon design was updated and the model finally debuted on this date. So 7/15/2023. Red gave Nano the references for my summer outfit in their DMs before I had even debuted my first model on 6/25/2022. Jesus, they hadn't even debuted and they were already making a new outfit. That's crazy. It was designed to cover my already designed bikini outfit to be safe to use on Twitch, which you can see the straps of on the model's neck and hips in the image below. So she's like, here's a shirt and short references, Nano. We like the idea of the metal top with the rips and the boobies, but I don't like the rips on the straps. We like the idea of the bottom of the shirts being ripped or turned in some ways. And for the shirts, we don't want the threads on the bottom that are over the legs, but we like the rips. Spite said she worked with her model artist on her new outfit. There is no fire in Spite's ears in this image of her, but they were on her final model when it debuted. On July 20th, Hololive, my model mama, and I worked on a comfy goth girl outfit. I had rips in my t-shirt, a G-string shorts, and spiked wrist cuffs. 2 weeks after Cinder debuted similar outfit, I included the earliest image that I could find of Cinder with this outfit. I received many negative comments about my design from people assuming that I copied her when I debuted it 2 weeks before hers. I got called off-brand Cinder and just a bunch of horrible things. But did Cinder post this outfit before? Then this is just a coincidence. I mean, Spite was just clearing up the fact that she didn't copy Cinder. She's saying it here. I debuted this outfit 2 weeks before it was released. And Cinder, I feel like if she had released that outfit or published it before, she would have made that claim. She would have said, hey, I posted this on Twitter, and then Spite debuted with it. Merch artwork, 11/12/2022. I described what kind of artwork I was looking for to the artist. I asked for it to be partially grayscale, but with bright colorful highlights and details. It's public knowledge who made this artwork, so I've chosen not to censor their name here. Hey, ClickDraw, sorry it's taking me so long to get back to you about this. I love to work on a t-shirt design. I know it's kind of on short notice, but do you think it would still be doable for mid-December? I can get you a reference tonight, and could you quote me a price for a commercial piece like this? Thank you. I'm glad to hear back from you. It's going to be pretty tight schedule, haha. Do you have an idea for the style of your t-shirt art? Like black and white, colorful sketch style, graphic art style, etc.? And yes, some references of the designs you liked would help too. Here's a drive folder of the references for you. I included some of your work that I like along with my character references. I like the idea of doing a graphic art style that's partially grayscale but with bright colorful highlights and details. I'd also like to include a Japanese text for Cinder in the design. My logo has it included on it for reference. Could you also give me a quote for a piece like this? Thank you so much. Okay, I see. That's just a style I'm pretty familiar with. We can probably go with some kind of fiery design for you. For price, art would be this, and with 1.5 commercial price, it'll be this in total. That'd be great. You can send me an invoice whenever at email. Great, okay, we'll send it to you soon, but don't you have to pay upfront because I usually take payment after it's done. She's like, sounds great, can't wait to see the sketch. Hi, ClickDraw, was wondering if you had any updates for me. I was thinking about the composition as I was finishing up the previous work and I'm almost ready to start sketching now. Awesome, thank you so much. On 12/6/2022, after receiving the first draft, I decided I wanted to try something with my blue flame coloration with a limited color palette instead. Another artist I was working with on merch art was making something with my normal orange flames. Hey Cinder, I drew the initial rough draft for your merch art. I was thinking about lots of different ideas about expression/poses, and it all came together to this poster composition. The colors are not final and it's mostly to distinguish the characters, but each will have different team color. Let me know what you think so far. She says, I think this would be a really cool composition for a poster, and I'd love to put a pin on it and work on this together after if we're able to, but I don't think it really fits what I was thinking as a t-shirt design. Could we try something with my blue flame coloration with a limited color palette instead? This is December 6th, 2022. Sure, I can set that aside for now and focus on blue team with a single character composition. That would be great. So she's the one who brought up the blue idea. The grayscale with highlights is not really where we ended up going with. Okay, your two more design options I came with for the new composition. It's still rough, but which one would you prefer? I think I prefer the second one, but can we change the expression to look angry, tsundere? My fire gets hotter and turns blue and I get mad. I know it's early, but are you thinking of adding the text or the background elements at all? Or do you think it would be possible to have the art finished before the end of next week? Thank you so much. Great choice. I was hoping you would take that one. And yes, I will be adding some fiery effects in the background and Japanese text at the bottom. Maybe like you're sitting on it. I was thinking about angry expression too, and that does go well with it. Yeah, Yes, my aim was to finish it by next week, and I should be able to do that. Also, I usually communicate on Discord, so it'll make more convenient to me to send files and messages. This is my Discord. Now we're in Discord DMs. Hi Cinder, thank you for adding me. I'll be drawing your art over the weekend and update you in the progress. Thank you so much. I'll be looking forward to it. Hi ClickDraws, was wondering if you had any updates for me. Hey Cinder, yeah, I was working on it over the weekend and I had a great new idea, so there were a lot of changes and I'm just cleaning that up and I will show it to you pretty soon. Can't wait to see it, thank you. Okay, this is still pretty rough, but this is the idea. I changed the pose sketch from before a bit, so if you're sitting on a flame throne, I changed the facial expression to look more angry and about to stomp with the paw pencil. I love the paw pencil, it's pretty dank. Still a lot of these are still like placeholders, like the text. I just got the base shape so far. I'll be adding more detailed line art and tones as well as color adjustment to fit the style. Thank you, ClickDraws. I like the new direction of it. Could we make the text at the bottom bigger? I'd also like none of the art to get cut off by the edges of the frame to fit better as a shirt design. Could you extend the frame and edit the flames a bit? I'm glad you like it so far. Yeah, I rethought about it. It looks good as a shirt hoodie design. Went with the generic size seen on other merch, but let me know which product you're going with. I've seen hoodies with the front bucket, which would go better with this. And yes, I'll be working more on everything, including the flames and text to make it finished quality. Thank you. Okay, just letting you know I'm getting close to finish the artworks for you. I'll be able to show it to you tomorrow. Hey Cinder, your merch art is finally complete now. Thank you, ClickDraws. I love to see it. I'm away for the weekend, so I'm sorry if I'm slow to reply. Yeah, I know you're having a little break. Hopefully you like this one. Oh my gosh, this looks incredible. Thank you so much. It does look really good. Thank you, Tomoyu. So, the artwork was finished for the merch drop that launched on 12/25/2022. The reason why a blue fire design was chosen was because my whole first merch drop was themed around my 2 fire colors. I suggested the limited palette because I thought it'd be a good look for the clothing I was planning for. When it was done, I recognized that the finishing piece could be mistaken for Spike, but I really like how it came out and didn't want to change it. Any major changes to the art would have delayed the entire drop too. For the Heaven Hound outfit, I submitted my commission request to design my Heavenbound outfit to the artist. The request form was open on 8/9/2023 and it's public knowledge who designed this outfit, so I've chosen not to censor their name here. Hello, accepting com request. The link below will take you to my guidelines and tell you how to submit a request. The request form will be open until Sunday. If you have any questions, please leave them here. The design references I submitted. Da-da-da. My DMs with the artist up until the design was actually started on 1/4/2024. This is all because Red said to Nano that Spite was copying Cinder and Spite was able to debunk that. So why is she posting any of this? What does it show? It's filler. This is an entire filler arc. On July, blah blah blah, I work with a comfy girl outfit, 2 weeks. Okay. I discovered this merchandise she used for Market and had to do a double take because of my gray-blue skin tone used in the art. Several people thought it was me. Okay, nothing about an event. Yeah, no. On April 29, I designed a Greek goddess outfit on stream. I'm a Cerberus outfit, a VTuber. She designed it on stream. Fits my lore completely. I mentioned that I may or may not get a future Greek goddess outfit because it fits my branding. About 4 months ago, Cinder debuted a Heaven Okami inspired design. At this point, I felt like nothing I could come up with would be even slightly original to me. No, okay, nothing about a event. But see how clear and simple her dog is? It's really not going that deep. And yet we have 100 pages for this. Hello, Cinder. I'd like to know if you're still interested in a commission. The only thing is that I have some urgent projects I need to attend to, so I wouldn't be able to give you a specific date from when we could begin. After things clear up, we can start right away. No invoicing right now. I just ask you again when the time comes. Please let me know if it's okay. Sounds good to me. Hello. Hope you're enjoying this holiday. Say, are you still interested in that commission? Hi, Peeble. I hope you did too. And yeah, I'd love to work with you still. Would you say we get to it at the beginning of January? You must be quite busy these next few days. That sounds good to me. And yes, all the time, Lamau. Well then, I'll get back to you soon and wishing you a happy new year. Thank you too. Hello, Cinder. Hope you've been having a good new year so far. Regarding the outfit commission, do you have any changes since you explained your idea in that Google form? The artist contacted me to start my Heavenbound design. We worked on it on the next few months. 1/4/2024. So this is 1st of March. 1st of March, April. So, and her, Spite, says that she started designing it on stream on April 29, 2024. So, it seems like it really was just a coincidence that the 2 girls had similar outfits. because by that point, Cinder was already trying to commission a Heavenbound design on March 1st, 2024. And a month later, that's when Spite was streaming her Greek goddess outfit on her stream. So really, it's just a coincidence on both sides. And it seems like both of them didn't copy the other for this one. Not that I can think of right now. Sorry for the delay. Is that okay with you? Sounds good to me. I sent you the invoice. Hello. There's a few initial idea I came up with. I'm thinking of keeping the orange to maintain your identity, but also having an option for pink colored version. What do you think? Mix and match things you like, or suggest something nothing really catches your eyes. After working on the past few months, the base design was also finalized. This is on 4/19/2024. So that's still earlier than this. I made 2 versions of the armor bra and them a bit more dangerous. Included as we have the dress over it. It wouldn't be a problem. Let me know which one you think would like best. I'm really liking how it's coming out now, she says. Spite designed her Greek goddess outfit on stream. The final design and references sheet were completed. So she's doing like a timeline here. This part of the document is pretty clear. 5/24/2025, so we're in May now, May 24th. The final design and reference sheet were completed. This model debuted almost 7 months later. Wait, I'm dumb. Did I say March for 1/4? No. This is 1st of April. This is April. But still, it's still before the Spite stream. Final design and reference sheet were completed. This model debuted almost 7 months later on 12/15/2024. The first time Red brought up our idea of a comfy gamer pajama outfit. This is for the sleepy outfit. Nano, Red, sorry, I know you're streaming. We were going to apply to get the winter outfit designed. That way you don't have as much on your plate right now if you're doing that a lot. If it's accepted, we were thinking about doing a comfy gamer girl pajama outfit design next so we can work on it with you. Although we have a few more ideas we could do too. And this is on 8/10/2023. So that is, what's the month after July? August 10, 2023. And now we're back to August 10, 2023. They bring the idea of this comfy gamer girl pajama to Nano. But then on April 20, 2024, Spite debuts her outfit that has a hoodie and side bangs. Very cute outfit. On 11/24/2024, Red asked Nano about doing a pajama outfit to debut alongside the release of my AFK flavor on 4/4/2025. Nano, instead of doing this, do you want to make one more simple model outfit before 3.0? It'd be a cozy, lazy pajamas, or whatever you guys prefer. Are they gonna happen at the same time? At the same time as what? I mean, the barred word and pajama? No. The barred word will probably be other redacted words, and the pajama will be for the start of April. The pajama stuff will go with another thing we have planned for April, but that means we can spend the rest of the year on the angel art and that, and then work on redacted words and have plenty of time. On 1/23/2025, Red gave our references to Nano on our project server. So this one definitely comes after she's debuted her outfit. Yeah, so far everything just, Spite never claimed that Cinder copied her, and so far the document just proves that Spite didn't copy her either, and that they blacklisted her over nothing. Yeah, basically. Red gave our references to Nano on our project server. Sleepy outfit ideas and refs. I'm gonna read these out to see if there's anything that is sus. So there's like kind of 2 outfits we want to mix into one model, so we need them both designed, not including toggles or anything, just for the design. We need the design ASAP to start on another thing. The model isn't as much of a rush. First, messy bedhead, maybe hair covering one eye, plus messy short hair, plus messy hair up in a ponytail or bun. Orange pyro pup half kiguryumi with hood that only goes to waist or shows midriff with zipper down the front. Black or white tank top underneath with thin straps, blue and red gym-like short shorts, some kind of socks or tie-highs, pyro-pup slippers. Messy bedhead, maybe hair covering one eye, messy short hair, messy hair up in a ponytail or bun, orange or blue full pyro-pup. What's a kiguryumi with hood? With zipper down the front, orange pup bra and panties underneath, pyro-pup slippers. I'll try to start something today. Thank you, Nano. Here's the final model design. Our full outfits weren't shown in Spite's document. The only similarities between our outfits are they both have hoodies with zipper shorts and hair over one eye. Hey, I wanted a tongue out too. Uh-oh, Cinder's gonna think that I'm copying her. I mean, they do look quite similar here, but it's still a hoodie with boobas. Yeah, the Spite section is so useless so far because Cinder is just confirming what Spite said. Spite never accused Cinder of copying her. She just said, I didn't copy Cinder. And Cinder just proves that. But she also proved that she proves that she didn't copy, that Spite didn't copy her, but they just blacklisted her over nothing then. Like, it makes it worse. It makes it worse. Spite only showed these outfits close up to next to each other because when zoomed out, it's much easier to see there's no basis for this accusation. Here's the image she used in her doc. Did she accuse her? On April 20, 2024, I debuted a new model for my model mama, REVT. I got a hoodie with a cute design on top, and I had side bangs covering my eyes. On April 4th, Cinder debuted a sports hoodie with side bangs covering her eyes, similar to mine. Here are two instances Spite pointed out in her document when I tweeted and or around the same time as her own events, the first being one of my debut teaser tweets and another an ASMR tweet. Okay, so I mean, I checked and Spite doesn't do any accusations in this part. It's literally, it's two sentences. It's two sentences. There's no accusation. She just says that she debuted her sport hoodie and it was similar. And then later on, she's like, there are some instances that I do not have screenshotted. For example, I remember posting about my first ASMR stream. The day that I was supposed to do said streams, plugged her ASMR channel. I thought it was a bit suspect, but I brushed it off. I don't have screenshots of the comments and bullying that I received from her community. There are too many that it became too much to keep track of and just started ignoring them. Because I never wanted to save images of their words that hurt me. I didn't even want to read their harassing comments in the first place. I just wanted to be left alone and be happy in my own space. And I received a DM on Gen 25. I'll not disclose who the sender is, but they expressed to me that they were getting bullied by Cinder and certain members of Cinder community because she too had fire in her ears. I never responded because I wanted to stay away from the drama. So the debut teaser, where did she talk about the teaser? Oh, here. As for the claims of following her and taking her ideas, I debuted my 2.0 Live 2D model May 14, and on the same day she decided to post her debut announcement for her 1.0 Live 2D model. Leading up to this time, I didn't know who Cinder was. I had no idea she had fire in her ears or that she was another hellhound. I never once stole her ideas. All I ever want is to try to be unique my own way, so these claims that I was following her and then unfollowing and stealing her ideas are absolutely baseless and uncalled for. May 3rd, 2022. And then this is Cinder on May 14. She used the wrong date in her doc. May 14, 2022. 2 days before my teaser tweet, Red messaged me when he made the teaser image. And then Spite tweeted about her debut happening the next day on 5/13/2022. But she has... Spite posted a screenshot that was on May 3rd. Why is Cinder starting the timeline here on May 14? When Spite posted that before. Spite tweeted about her debut happening the next day. This is on 5/13/2022, so a day after they're doing the teaser. And on 5/14, I posted my debut teaser. I couldn't find anything that showed that I posted it when I did because of Spite. It was a Saturday about a month before my planned debut date. In my apology, I said the first thing Spite mentions in her document is a debut teaser in 2022 that was apparently posted on the same day as her original debut, which I honestly don't know if the time this was intentional or not. I don't know when I first discovered Spite. It could have been after she debuted. Okay, but Spite definitely posted. Why didn't she reuse the screenshot? She didn't put this in her doc because she probably thought this made her look bad too. Odd leaving that part out when she's analyzing her Spite's doc bit by bit and in chronological order. The ASMR post is the other one. So Spite announced her first ASMR stream for 9/24/2022 on 9/22/2022, September 22, 2022. So I posted art of Tachi and Cinder on Twitter to advertise my ASMR channel I was still trying to keep up with. And that is in September 24, 2022. So 2 days after. I've been working on a few new ASMR videos before this post was made since it had almost been 2 months since my last upload. I always kept up one video per week ASMR schedule, but since debuting as Cinder, I hadn't been. 2 days after this post, I uploaded a new video, followed by 2 more over the next couple weeks. My tweet had nothing to do with Spites. Okay, but I mean, she uploaded after it. This proves nothing. This proves nothing. And this part, this is for the fiery ears. I made a post emphasizing my 2 fire colors. September 29, 2022. Spite started using an alternate red coloration of her new model, which she continued using from then on. I don't know if this was the first time she used it on stream. It could have been earlier, but it's the earliest I could find her posting about it. 10/23/2022, so October 23, 2022, but she actually, okay, she had that red variation before on July 13. So this date is wrong here. Yeah, it's the color coloration. There is one tweet I found that I know I made in spite of her. Haha, spite of her. This was after 6 months of what I thought was Spite copying me and being compared to her and harassed for being similar. It was wrong and petty of me to do this. What does she mean? This is one tweet I found that I know I made in spite of her. She means to spite her. Does she mean to spite her? Spite announced her new outfit debut. On the day of her new debut, I posted my blue merch artwork. Damn, that is petty. That is super petty, actually. Jesus. That's also around the time that she got blacklisted in 2023. Damn, they were holding a grudge. It wasn't just a tweet. Yeah, it wasn't just a tweet, Cinder. That was around the time that she got blacklisted too. So you're trying to overshadow her and one-up her with your artwork on the day of her debut. Poor girl, man. Jesus Christ. And you're blacklisting her at the same time. Spite tweeted when she went live, and that's on Jan 12, 2023, the same time where she posted that. Spite copying me. Speculation. I would also like to show my point of view and why I thought Spite was the one copying me back in 2022 and early 2023, which led to Red asking Nano not to work with her. We were the only two prominent Hellhound or Cerberus team VTubers at the time all of this occurred. This section should be considered speculation, the same as Spite's entire document was about me. Everything presented there could have been sheer coincidence, and I don't have any evidence proving it was otherwise. Spite's design, with the one on the right debuting on 5/14/2022. Okay, wait. Before 6/25/2022, Spite's design with the one on the right debuting on 5/14/2022. So the one on the right is the new one? That was the old one. And then on 6/25/2022, my original model debuted. Spite came into my chat to introduce herself and gave me bits so she knew who I was. This was the first and only time she was in my chat. Here's my VOD showing it. 7/11/2022. And then 9/3/2022, Spite's new model debuted. She said in her document it was worked on in 7/20/2022. There are no ear flames in Spite's on this image. Okay, because this is a screenshot of her DMs with her model Mama. By that point, there was no fire. But like copying one element is not copying you. You can't really trademark fire in your ears. My debut teaser, which happened to be posted on the same day as one of her model debut. Wait, this is July 13, 2022 as well. She kind of has fire in her ears here. It's more prominent here, but she does have fire. And this is July 13, 2022. My debut teaser, which happened to be posted on the same day as one of her model debut. It happened to be posted on the same day as one of her model debut, I'm sure. Spite's new model debut teaser for the model above. Beyond and after 6/25/2022, I had an animated version of my Hellhound running to the right as an alert on my stream. I had it on my pre-debut streams as well, but you can see it in my debut here in both colors. Spite post animated art of her other two Cerberus heads running to the right. I thought she used this for her alerts too, but I couldn't find any clips to prove that. Hers, then why add it? Hers also had fire in her ears, on the paws, and a brightly colored tail. Okay, but they look nothing alike. Like in a court of law, they would disregard this. My PNG model that I was using to stream for a year from June of 2021 until my model debut in June of 2022, and it's an alternate blue version. Spite posted artwork of her new design by her model artist. Okay. There's too many. I'm getting confused with the dates. 1/12/2023, around the same time as her new outfit debut. She also started using the fire emoji in her Twitter name when she hadn't before. Oh god, how dare she uses the fire emoji in her Twitter name? I mean, it fits well with her design, no? I've always had an alternate blue fire color toggle as part of my design. It was on my reference sheet and the biggest and most well-known gimmick of my original model. I used it frequently on stream. This was before editing and changing model layer colors was built-in feature of VTube Studio. Oh, that's the part you guys were just talking about. I made a post emphasizing my two fire colors on 09/2022. And then she posts like a tweet from Spite on 10/23/2022. But as we find out, she posted that model on YouTube on July 13, 2022. So 2 months before Cinder even posted that. Like, she's not even trying with this part. Here's a full image of her new red coloration. I posted about my 2 different colored shirts, focusing on 2 fire colors on 1/5/2023. Spite posted an image of her new outfit, focusing on her blue and red colors about 2 weeks later. Okay. She made a similar edit than you. I don't get why we're so mad about this, but then this is like the Silverveil tweet that she did with the meme. Yeah, like if you dare, even if you change the design, but if the concept is similar, she'll think you're copying her. Like 2 hellhounds running to the side, animated, that's copying, even if it's 2 completely different. Plot twist, Shiley invented the fire. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can't trust her dates because she's posting, the way she's doing this is that she'll post a tweet that she's made, and then she'll find a tweet that's showing an element that she wants to focus on that happens after her initial tweet. But it's like, to validate all that, somebody would have to go through each one and then scrub to everything that Spite's done and check if there's no earlier instances of her posting anything remotely the same. I love how they accuse Spite of copying. They even show more proof of that, and Cinder herself saying it. Now they're reversing it, saying Spite accused them, but also they fail at dates. Yeah, they're like saying that she's the one that copied them, but because they want to justify the blacklisting, I think. Yeah, if it looks like Cinder copied, they're like, oh, it's just a coincidence. But when it comes to anyone else, they don't give anybody else this benefit of the doubt. They're like, they copied, it's not a coincidence. They're doing this out of spite. They were in my chat, they know who I am. You know, they're spying on me, they're stalking my Twitter, they're stalking my socials, and they're doing this to one-up me. And then they just like start spreading that narrative around. 1/23/2023. Hey, this part is going pretty fast, by the way. I'm happy about this pace. Red's first conversation with Nano about Spite was 5 days after Spite's post above. He asked her not to work with her, but Nano gladly agreed not to. Red only told me about this after it was done. Notice the wording here, Nano gladly agreed not to. It wasn't something we talked about before, but I was okay with it. 1/23/2023, Red's first conversation with Nano and Spite. Oh yeah, Nano gladly agreed to. We read that. I shared the feelings Red expressed here since he was the only other one who knew how I felt when he said about negative comments I was getting was true. This was not included in Nano or Spite's document at all since they didn't say anything about it. I chose not to either. I lied about not knowing about Red's conversation with Nano about Spite to try and not make things worse for myself, but I still accidentally alluded to it because of the mental state I was in. That's what I said in my apology. Once again, I had no involvement or knowledge of Red bringing up Spite to Nano in 2023. My only personal involvement with excluding someone specific from working with Nano was Silver. Ooh, she done messed up there. I didn't even notice that part in her apology. Yeah, Juan is the pony. That's the Twitch chat mascot, and my chat named him too. Cinder was upset over what we both thought was Spite copying her. I saw Spite interacting with Nano, possibly with the intent of trying to work with her. Oh, how dare she! Nano place! Nano place! I went to Nano myself and asked her not to without talking to Cinder first. This was about one person and one artist they never worked with before, was fine with agreeing to it. As far as I know, it never actually affected Spite. I've never talked about Spite with any other artist, and I'm sorry to her that I asked this of Nano. This was the first of 4 total times with 3 different artists I had ever specifically asked anyone not to work with someone, which are all presented in this document. She lied to avoid looking bad. This is the most important statement in the whole document. So why is she revealing it now? Is she revealing it because she accidentally leaked it in her apology by saying this? Or because she believes, well, if I expose Nano here, she's gonna have all the DMs too, and she can point that out in her response. I thought she had no idea what Red was doing behind her back, except for that one. This one she knew and she was okay with it. All the ones where there's proof that she can't refute, she's gonna say she knew. All the ones that she doesn't have proof, she's gonna say she doesn't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was fire in her ear. That's April 27, 2022. Oh, her model debut was June of 2022. This is April 27, 2022. She already had fire in her ears, but to be fair, Cinder's PNG also had fire in her ear, and that's dating back from 2021. So honestly, it's probably just a coincidence, but her going as far to claim that Spite copied her is probably a bad faith interpretation from her part. And she's using the wrong dates. Yes, she is using the wrong dates. She's just like picking a random tweet from Spite to claim that every single time. She's like, this is a new design from a model artist, and this is in October 17, but she already had fire in her ear back in April 27. Yeah, so she's using the wrong dates to insinuate that Spite copied her. Maybe she does truly believe these things too, these delusions. Hey, kind of a weird question, but would it be okay if we requested you don't work with someone? You mean like being exclusive? He's like, oh, no, we don't want to pay for that. He's like, no, like not accept commission from one person. I wish Nano said, oh, so you mean like a blacklist? She's like, oh, who is this? Yeah, she's probably still spreading it. I mean, of course she's still probably spreading it. She obviously believes it. Even she's spreading it in the document right now. Like when she's spreading it right now. Who is this? Spite. Oh, damn, I almost said something like when Cinder X Spite. Yeah, Nano clearly had nothing against Spite at this point, because she was like, yo, they could collab. And he says, I just want to ask if you're okay with being one Hellhound exclusive. Of course, I need to protect my bebe. Oh, before that, he shit talks her. He's like, ever since Cinder debuted, we've seen her slowly implement new design details onto herself. It seems like she might have taken them from Cinder, including her now having ear flames she never had, and we think it's because she was the Hellhound until Cinder showed up. But also some of Spite's community has been rude to Cinder in chat, on YouTube comments, other people clips on Cinder. That's so stupid. She has one element from her, the fire design. Because of that, she gets blacklisted. I just wanted to ask if you're okay with being one Hellhound exclusive. And she says, of course, I protect my bebe, but I also noticed the Flame Edition. It's a shame people that can't educate their community. What? So if you have the same toggle as like Shy Lily, you're copying her now? Like that's fucking stupid. Like, or if you have like I don't know, like one element from Shy Lily's design, suddenly you're copying her. That's so dumb. Thank you, Nano. I feel really bad asking you something like this. No, you don't. I really appreciate it though. It's okay, there's no place for rude people. Mama Nano, best Nano. But then tell Nano, I just want to ask if you're okay with being one Hellhound exclusive, and I feel really bad asking you something like this. Nano and I have never talked about Spite. Here's my search, my own DMs with Nano. Okay, but have you talked about it with Red? The only other time Red ever talked about Spite with Nano was in the middle of another convo where they were having about Silvervale. Yeah, where you guys were shit talking Silvervale is what you mean. I like my VTubing art. I'm being moved by Spite and I enjoy it. Then he says, be careful with Spite. I heard she copies things. Also, we really can't say anything about Spite because people will say, well, you copied Silver, didn't you? Maybe they need to stop looking at what other people do. You know, they'd be the kind of person that starts speeding if they see that Mr. Beast invited another VTuber. Like, for real. So we're stuck on both sides, lol. The plot twist is Cinder becomes the Two-Face too, but on Spite. Cinder was literally designed to not copy Silver, and the cycle never ends, lol. Spite actually came into Cinder's chat last year, when she was growing really fast, and introduced herself to your 1500 bits too. But that's a good thing, no? Then like a month later, unfollowed her on Twitter and started taking her idea, Cinder's idea, like the flames. And now she's basically rebranded to more of a fire Cerberus. Using fire emoji at the time, never did that before. It's funny because she used to call herself a hellhound, but stopped when Cinder grew past her, and now uses Cerberus. Or Cerberpup, or whatever her lore says she is, I don't know. The unfollow is weird. The unfollow kind of looks bad, but we don't know if she unfollowed because of, you know, she was receiving mean comments or whatever. As for the... Oh, she does address it, Sprite. As for the claims of unfollowing her and taking her ideas, I debuted my 2.0 Live 2D models May 14 of 2022, and on that same day, she decided to post her debut announcement for her 1.0 Live 2D model. Leading up to this time, I didn't know who Cinder was at all. I had no idea she had fire in her ears or that she was another hellhound. I never once stole her ideas. All I ever want to try to be unique in my own ways. So these claims that I was following her and then unfollowing and stealing her ideas are absolutely baseless and uncalled for. That's the only two mentions of unfollow. We don't know why she unfollowed her. So it's like there was this unprovoked tweet from her like, I didn't copy anyone else for my design is all me, this is who I am. Like, oh, who are you saying that to? Oh, lol, random Cinder clips on YouTube. There was one dedicated Spite fan or someone she knew that would comment on these clips saying like, when are you going to clip Spite only on Cinder clips? Or saying rude things about Cinder, always mentioning Spite. And especially after Cinder debuted with Spite redesigned. The way they accuse others of the things they do with projection makes me absolutely think they took design ideas from Spite and not the other way around. Yeah, and that might be the case honestly, because they've been doing that throughout the document. This was the original Spite, and this was Spite's debut 3 months after Cinder. And the unfollow and the rando I'm not copying tweet. I mean, the I'm not copying tweet, that's to clarify the people that are saying that about her. It's not a jab at Cinder, you don't have to take that personally. I've seen the skulls, looks like geez, not Mama Nano art for real. We must wait for Demon Cinder and see if Spite makes a move too. Lol, true, Cinder is copying me. Spite never even said that. Not even in that tweet either. She just said, I'm not copying other people. And this guy is just twisting it around. Not Galaido, Cinder has the best mascot. Animal VTubers usually go for the same animal. Okay, we've fucked that. And like Red said, Spite came into my chat to introduce herself and gave me bits. That's a good thing. How is that like a bad thing? Spite's tweet that Red refers to in his DMs with Nano. It was posted on the same day as her ASMR announcement I showed above. So the ASMR announcement where you sent your own ASMR announcement a little after? 2 days after, was it? So her ASMR announcement was September 22. She announced her own channel September 24. And this is September 22. I want to be very clear. All three of my model designs were never based on any other characters except Cerberus himself, an inspiration from goth e-girl culture. I added a lot of creativity to each and every one of my designs and I'm proud of them. I would never strive to be a copy of anyone else. Ultimately, I'm too busy focusing on myself, loving myself, and growing as a content creator. I'm just doing my thing. Design, elements, and Neon Tails claim. As I stated in my apology, I was very possessive and protective over my design and its details before and around the time of my first debut. Yeah, you still are, by the way, you still are, that's never changed. My fire and its colors changing effect had never been done on a VTuber before and were my most unique design aspects. I was stressed and worried I'd miss out on capitalizing on those features first since my debut took 1.5 years to happen after my character design was finished. Spite included an image of her message from Neon Tails in her document where she talked about an incident we had over my design. The situation she's referring to happened in September of 2021, 4 years ago, and 9 months before I had debuted my first model. It was very early on in my career and the first time I had an experience someone copying me and my design. This was settled between us and we both went our separate ways afterward. This is all I said about Neon Tails. In my apology, I was wrong about the year this happened, which goes to show my composure at the time of writing it. My debut was 6/25/2022, but this happened on 9/10/2021. Neon Tail is an ASMR artist who at one point posted a Hellhound OC for one of their upcoming ASMR video, and it was undoubtedly created using me as a reference. This looks okay. This was right after my debut, and like I said, I was very protective of my design element being unique to me, and I overreacted. Shortly after, I apologized and they agreed to adjust the character design, and I thought the matter was settled. This looks like Cinder? This is undoubtedly based off Cinder, really. I don't see it. I was going to say anything more than this, and then I did my apology, but since Neantel's own tweet about the situation had almost 500,000 views when I took the screenshot before it was deleted, I'd like to go over her claims about what happened. Oh yeah, she owns Hellhound. Yeah, my bad. I forgot about that. Do we remember when she sent her entire following to attack me because I made an ASMR roleplay with this Hellhound OC and I was copying her? Or how about when she was actively liking tweets calling me names? Of course we don't remember because she made me delete every tweet regarding it after it happened. This mean girl behavior is not new. Smaller creators like myself were just intimidated into silence and pretended like it never happened. This was the artwork she presented to the public. However, this artwork and her Hellhound character is not the one there was a problem over. Oh, here's the original quote tweet about this character design on the Wayback Machine. In her message to Spite, she called this character a dog girl when she called it a Hellhound girl. Okay, she really thinks that she has copyrights on Hellhound. Here's the original artwork. It's not the art she presented in her tweet in 4/26/2025. I was upset with how overall similar this was to my design. Not only because of the fire in the ears. Okay, but she's not even a VTuber. She's like doing an ASMR thing. Who cares? Oh yeah, there's a fire in the ear and the tail ends up in flame. Kind of like Cinders, I guess. And it has like a belt over the tail too. I can see how this is a little bit more similar. September 2021, yes. This is September 2021. But they don't look the same. Like in a court of law, this wouldn't be subject to is too similar. They would brush it off. Here's my original design for comparison, taken from my ref sheet. I don't know why she didn't post the actual artwork. There was a dispute over her in her tweet rather than to try to make me look worse, because the video with the correct character artwork is from 1/4/2022 and is public on her YouTube channel. This is what the design was edited to look like after we settled things. In her tweet, she claimed, I sent my entire following to attack her because she made an ASMR roleplay with this Hellhound OC. First of all, I didn't send anyone to attack her. This was long before she made an ASMR roleplay with this OC. She made her tweet that the character design was finished on 9/9/2021. Wait, does she mean that she sent everybody to attack her before she made the ASMR roleplay? What does this sentence mean? Sometimes after seeing Nian's tweet, Red messaged an artist friend of ours for advice about it since they dealt with a similar situation in the VTuber scene recently. This was their entire conversation. Oh, is Red gonna talk shit about somebody else to another artist? Hey, redacted, what ended up happening in that situation about with someone claiming this person's design. Artist says, this person made her statement and people saw what's up. It kind of got forgotten afterward. Why? Another big VA just posted their new Hellhound OC. Knows and follows Tachi and followed Cinder with the past few months. Just unsure what to do. Also, I like your new PFP. Oh wow, what the fuck? That's so damn obviously copied. What the hell? The Hellhound, glad you like it. Looks like Cinder if she works in a strip club. Shaking my head. Yo, the shade! It was after this that our friend acted on their own and commented on Niel's tweet to defend me, with another couple of our friends joining in. So there is a few people that joined in and commented on it. You just admitted to it. And I mean, the reason why their friend acted on it is because you told her she was, you told her that it was copied. Anyway, I messaged their friend Red reached out to after they commented on the tweet. Oh my god, blah blah, thank you for saying something. After seeing that, it really got me down. You're fine, girl. Copycats are everywhere. But you should definitely step up and comment, or at least DM her to tell her to change up her character design because it's too close to yours. Thanks for the advice. In a group chat with the same friend Red and another friend. I really appreciate you guys. I'm not the best at speaking up for myself, so thank you. It's fine, don't worry about it too much. Isn't the first time, won't be the last time these things will happen. Yep, Sag. I never sent anyone to attack and harass her or retweet the post or any of the replies. You said a couple of your friends and joined in too. And Nian, that's plus another friend already. That's a couple people. Hi Nian, I'm sorry I didn't message you before replying to your tweets. Yes, this should have been private. Emotions were high and I acted before thinking, but I can't apologize for defending myself and my character. If it was the artist who made your Hellhound look like mine, then I can't blame you for how it came out. But knowing of me, I feel like you would have been able to see the similarities. She's like, everybody knows me. Obviously, they copied me. Notice the similarities of the two, especially since it ended up looking more like me than your references. Would you be willing to have your artist revise the character to differentiate her from Cinder? Sorry, this got out of hand. I hope we can move past this. She says, yes, I think it should have been resolved privately. This could have gone a lot differently if it had all gone down in DMs. My intention was never to copy you, and I stand by that. Yes, it looks different from my reference, but that's because I asked for blonde hair and more pink colors. At the time, my friend had asked me to do more girly characters because I do a lot of dark, evil RPs and stuff. Picking an outfit right now, this outfit inspired me, as well as my bad girl OC. But obviously this character will never ever be the main focus on my channel. She'll appear in 3 audios at most, so it's really no skin off my back to make some changes if it will appease you. I'm not obligated to, and honestly several people advise me not to, but if I'm not gonna have beef with you just because I can, it's not really worth it, so I can request my artist to alter the outfit. If at the end of the day, that means we can all get over this. Which part do you request that I change? This is so dumb. This is literally just a character that's gonna appear in 3 audios and Cinder is making her change it. Like, who cares? Doesn't that just kind of make you more popular though? Like, I'd say the most unique things about Cinder are the flames inside the ear and the tail's design. Regardless of the outfit, that's the biggest thing. Also, could you address that it's handled? I won't ask for an apology because that's not really what matters to me, but I've done my best to convince you and others that on my end, that it was a purely misunderstanding. I love giving my artists creative freedom and I don't want any more of your friends attacking me for that. Below I said you should be careful with what artists give back to you in the future. It could lead to another situation like this with someone else. And it sounds a lot worse reading it back now than I meant it back then. I asked her to remove only the artwork tweet until revisions were made, followed by her saying, I'll remove my tweets if you remove yours, which I agreed to. Cinder says, yeah, I can do that. I agree this was a misunderstanding, and I do apologize for all this stupid Twitter drama. Really, I do. I don't know what other artists you work with, but you should be careful with what they give back to you in the future. It could lead to another situation like this with someone else. Would you be able to remove the art until the revisions are made? Damn, she even wants her to take her tweet down. The Neon Tails reply, I hate confrontation. My artists are so sweet. I hate returning stuff or asking for alterations, though I see what you mean. It's not like when you get your nails done and the lady puts it on crooked. You don't want to say because you feel bad. I'll remove my tweets if you remove yours, and the only reason I ask that is because if I only remove mine to anyone who doesn't know that we've talked, it would look like an admission of guilt, and I really don't want to have to argue with anyone else on that today. Is that semi-agreeable? I can agree to that and just remove all the replies on my end. I prefer it that way, actually. Sounds good. Glad we could sort this out. I'll be sure to get your approval for the change when my art is done with them, yeah? Below I pointed out that my only people I made rude comments on her post were a few of my friends, and she acknowledged I wasn't responsible for what they said. I mean, she was trying to be amicable and put an end to this. Sounds good. Don't ever say something to Cinder, because she's gonna hold it against you. I'll be sure to get your approval for the changes when my artist is done. Like I said, this character is but a small part of my channel, so alterations aren't that big of a deal. Will you still make a statement, or would you prefer all of it to be swept under the rug? Yeah, her friends, it's only my friends who I complained to that posted mean comments under your post. Hello? I completely understand, Cinder says. I'd appreciate it. Honestly, I hate getting involved with drama, but I definitely learned a valuable lesson. Thank you for understanding and working with me on figuring this out. I can make a public statement. However, everyone that made rude comments, I have connections with, and that can also be discussed privately with them if you prefer. They just saw a resemblance to my character and came rushing in so fast I felt like I had to stand up for myself, which was wrong of me to do publicly. Yeah, because you guys fucking stirred them before. I've never had this happen before, so it's caused a lot of stress on me. Well, to be completely honest, you're not responsible for your friends who said bad things about me. They're all their own people. The only thing that upsets me was your fans who came from your retweet and said bad things and then you liking those tweets. Oh yeah, because likes were public back then. She says, I didn't retweet anything on your post. The only thing I liked was this tweet with my reference sheet linked. Is that what you meant? I could never deliberately send people to attack someone else for me, regardless of the situation. And she says, well, her tweet was a response under my tweet, which in turn, whether you meant it or not, indirectly had people who followed you come say things. But it's clear now your intention wasn't to hurt me. Lasai. Oh my god, Aster speaking. This was just a nasty situation in general. Maybe you shouldn't make it too obvious with where you take your inspiration from. Cinder, linking the Cinder VTuber. Damn, her friends are savage. It was a reply to me and part of the thread. It's easy to miss, so if you didn't know, then you didn't know, and we can't change that. Cinder responds, I genuinely apologize if there were supporters of mine who commented harsh things towards you due to that reply. This was never my intention. I hope you can forgive me for all of this. I just got nervous seeing the resemblance and panicked thinking there were ill intentions. To be honest, I wasn't reading the other replies but should have noticed. I can message her about the misunderstanding. Thank you. I mean, we are influencers. Our diehard fans will always become seriously protective of us when we get upset. It's a given. But nothing that can't be fixed with a statement clearing it up. Could I request to know what you say before you say it? In regards to liking the replies, I only actually have one screenie, but this is what I was referring to, the you're cringe, and Cinder liked it. Damn, that's kind of a silver bullet. Obviously, that's not the most hateful thing that was said, but it's not the end of the world, but just for reference. She says, I would say something like there was a misunderstanding in regards to elements of my design being used elsewhere. We have spoken privately to clear everything up. We all make mistakes, and it's important to own up to them in order to learn from them. I do know, and I had liked the tweet in the heat of the moment, but quickly unliked it because I knew it was in bad taste. I don't condone this behavior, and that wasn't appropriate for him to say. And she says, I mean, the ending part of it makes it sound like you're blaming me. Oh, yeah, okay. So Cinder was going to post this. There was a misunderstanding in regard to the elements of my design being used elsewhere. We have spoken privately to clear everything up. We all make mistakes, and it's important to own up to them in order to learn from them. She's saying that about the other girl. And to the other thing, it's understandable, like I said, it's not the end of the world, and your cringe isn't exactly going to throw me into a depressive episode. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. I was referring to myself, actually, but I'll leave that part off if that's how it read. Sounds good to me, so that's all sorted now. Thanks again for talking this out. I understand. She's so territorial over her designs and her artist. It's wild. Of course, I'll keep in touch with the edits. Hope we won't have any bad blood going forward due to this. She's like, as long as you don't put fire in your ears, we're good. Gucci. I hope the same. I respect you a lot. As a fellow content creator, I just made a tweet to clear everything up. Will you be deleting your replies too? I already deleted them. Let me know if I missed any. It does look like there are still a few in the reply tab. Can you screen them for me, please? Actually, give me a sec. Okay, now I got them all. I just deleted the ones under the post still, but I didn't see the ones that replied to yours because you had already deleted yours. My bad. I appreciate it. Thank you. No problem. Hey, I know it's been a hot fucking minute, but I just got the file sent to me like 2 seconds ago. New models with new outfit. Here's the original. This is the new design. I don't see any difference. It's literally just like less straps, and they made these belts red and some elements red. Here's what I was just sent. They were on break for school. That's fine. Thanks for getting back to me. I appreciate it. Of course. I probably should have let you know she was busy, so you didn't think I ditched it. It took a while. He's got it. You can no longer send messages to this person. They block each other. For more proof against the claim that I sent my entire following to attack her, here's her original tweet. Before my friends commented on the 10th, you can see it has 3 comments. Yeah, but before your friends commented. And here's one of my friends' comments on their post a day later. Their tweet was posted at 5:50 p.m. EST, but its snapshot shows in Yentil's tweet now has 8 comments. And searching on Twitter to replies to Neon Tales shows a total of comments, both from friends defending me. There were a handful of negative comments on her tweet at most, far from her claims that it was an entire following. Well, that's still more screenshots than what you showed for the harassment you were receiving from fan in regards to you copying Silverveil. Regarding the size of my entire following, she also said smaller creators like herself were just intimidated into silence. I did not intimidate her into silence about this, as is shown in our DMs, and when this happened, we were both creators of similar size. Yeah, okay, they were on similar size. I mean, you did intimidate her. You did intimidate her into changing the design because we're in the VTuber community, and the biggest scandal in this community are art scandals. We've seen this with Small Lola, we've seen this with other things. People are extremely particular about art scandals in this community, and you can have your whole reputation ripped apart because of it. She's not gonna like risk it for an OC that's only being used in 3 audios. I'm curious to know how big was Cinder's Twitter channel at that time, by the way. That'd be something interesting to check. Might not be relevant, but who knows. Alright, here she says, I'm aware I did not and do not have the exclusive right to have fire on my character design, specifically in my ears. It is my most iconic feature, but that doesn't make it my only feature. Your VTuber character design is something that represents you, and in an IP-driven world, your design is very important to your brand. When someone adds similar details to their own design, or their design looks very inspired by yours, it can feel personal, like they took part of you for themselves. As I grew, I became much less concerned about other VTubers using fire elements like mine. I've seen many new VTubers with fire in their ears and many adding to the swirl too, but fire with a swirl had always been a common trope. While it bummed me out when everything around that details looked as if it could have been taken from me, I recognize that I probably inspired a lot of people to design themselves that way. Yeah, exactly. It should be flattering. I do not and have not held it against any VTubers who have fire on them in their ears, have it change colors, are hellhounds, or have any other design elements they share with me after moving past my feelings about spite in 2023. But you did blacklist her in 2023, though. My friends would sometimes come to me about VTubers they'd seen that they thought were copying my fire features, like here, which makes me feel justified in feeling bad about it. Like I wasn't alone. Nobody likes to feel like someone is copying or ripping off something as personal as their VTuber design. Not me, not Spite, and I'm sure not Silverveil either. Yeah, but maybe they come to you with that because they think that you care about it. Girl, I thought this was you. Her inner ears are on fire too. Yeah, there's been a lot of fire canine popping up lately, specifically with ear flames. Someday. At some point, before I took the screenshot above, this friend deleted a message that I replied to, which is shown in this image from the day these messages were sent. I don't know when or why they deleted it. The hour discrepancy in the time of these screenshots was because I was at an airport in CST at the time. Maybe someday people will learn how to be original someday. I have friends with fire on them, friends with fire in their ears, and friends with fire ears. It never bothered me to have that in common with them. Here's an example with one of my friends from 3/15/2023. Thank you for sharing with me. They're gonna look so badass. I love this on you. Thank you. I'm excited for it. I'm still gonna do design and we're flame sisters now. Oh, true. Yeah, if it's somebody that she doesn't know, then she'll get upset. But if it's somebody that she knows, that she can like collab with, that she can have, that she can gain something from, obviously she's not gonna like freak out on them. She would lose more. And with another friend on April 1st, 2023, my VTube was out. We had the matching fires. Hell yeah, looks so good. I remember having another conversation, being happy about another friend having fire ears, but I think it was in person last year since it was in our DMs. Okay, so it's useless. Thank you. Thank you for mentioning that. I don't know why I'm being like, this is another filler. There was another one of my friends coming to me on 12/15/2024 about a similar design they were applying to one of my outfits, and I was excited for them. I'm so excited for you. Yay. No, I'm excited for you. I just wanted to tell you, I know it feels like people copy you a lot. You just inspire a lot of people. But this one was a personal thing from a bit ago. But anyways, can't wait to see you tomorrow. And Cinder was like, oh my god, I know you never do that. Please don't worry, you're so sweet. Finally, we're done. Conclusion. Message to the Pyropups. To any current or former Pyropups, I'm so sorry to each and every one of you that I've disappointed. I can imagine what it must feel like to have someone you look up to be revealed as a monster and your community torn apart. I made a poorly put together statement and disappeared. Many of you lost faith in me. I'm sorry I haven't said anything sooner, but I hope now you can at least understand why. I've received messages from many Pyropups who were hurt. Some of these people I personally knew and had met in person. It broke my heart hearing how many of them viewed me after this, but I understand. To any Pyropups who choose not to support me going forward, I can accept that. Thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. I'm glad I could be your Okami Oshi for the time I was. I only ask that you continue to love and support your new favorite creators the same way you did for me. I've also gotten lots of messages from Pyropups in support of me, encouraging me to go on. To those of you who've continued to believe in me, thank you. I appreciate you keeping the fire of the community burning all this time. And that's kind of a good sentence. I've read your messages and they've given me the hope that I could make it through this. You've shown me that there's something to come back to. That includes the moderators who stuck around and managed my Discord server and the community in my absence. I can't thank you enough for your help keeping everyone together. To anyone who sent hate or harassment in support of me, you are not a Pyropup. You are not my fan. You are deplorable, disgusting, and I do not want anything to do with you. Oh! I can think of a few names here. I've never condoned or encouraged that behavior from anyone for any reason, and the circumstances haven't made me sacrifice my morals. That goes for anyone who does the same after this document is posted. What done is done, and regardless of what I've said in this document, it's not an excuse to harass anyone named here. Leave them alone, or you will be removed from my community. I want to sincerely apologize again to anyone who has been affected by these people. The Pyropups have been the best community I could ever ask for, and I've been incredibly lucky to have them. They have never been just numbers to me. I love going live and talking to them for hours on end. Hanging out with them made me smile when I was upset, and they've always been there for me. They're the reason why I was ever able to do any of the cool things I could. Not only have they shown me immense kindness for the time I've been streaming, they've done the same for each other. They have each other's back, help each other when they can, encourage each other, and are a positive force to anyone they interact with. I'm happy I could inspire them to do good, make friends, and tap into their creativity. They're also talented, and I'm grateful for the vast amount of fan art I've gotten from them too. Even if they aren't supporting me anymore, or if I was no longer around, I know that being a Pyropup will continue to mean much more than just being a fan of mine. They're incredibly strong, loving, and I'm very proud of them. I will always be indebted to them, to everything they've done for me. And Red says, hey gang, I need to apologize to you all too. It's my fault all of this happened in the first place. My mistake sent Cinder into hiding and left you all questioning what to do. I'm sorry I caused all of this. I hope you can still support Cinder and the projects we create in the future. Thank you to those who stuck around. Your support has been a big help. Could have gone without the Red added part. Like, I just remember he was here. I was almost like, you know, I was being softened by this message. Yeah, by the projects we create. Like, I got major whiplash with that sentence here. That was bad. That was when that was probably written when he was supposed to stick around and be her manager. Yeah, he needs to be a background character, like benched permanently. That message to the Pyropup is really good, And I wish her entire document was that. For real. Like, that sentiment makes me feel like here she's accepting that some people, like, she's showing compassion. She's saying that a Pyropups, it's something bigger than just her. She's taking the time to thank her fans. Is showing a lot of great sentiments and a lot of dignity, which the rest of the document really lack. It sucks that this message is overshadowed by her trying to take everyone down before, even people that have just been hurt by her actions. Now, last page, looking ahead. Yeah, and then Red speaks and it ruins it. So looking ahead, earlier this year, my world fell apart. I lost my friends, my fans, and opportunities I could have only ever dreamed of. But sometimes things need to fall apart in order to rebuild them back together. I'm choosing to look on the bright side. I needed something to break me out of my cycle of working all day every day and adjust my lifestyle for a healthier work-life balance. This was a long overdue reminder that the friends I have made should have been the most important thing in the world to me, and I should have put more time and energy into my relationship with them outside of the work we did together. They were supposed to be by my side even when I'm not Cinder anymore, and I lost sight of that in my never-ending pursuit of the next big thing. It forced me to recognize that through my own actions or inaction, I was hurting people that only ever wanted the best for me. If ever given the chance, I don't plan on making that mistake again. Again, like, but the thing is, you're making those mistakes in that document. Despite everything that happened, I forgive my friends. I don't hold anything against my friends who weren't involved. The artist, I don't hold anything against my friends who weren't involved. The other ones, though, better watch out. The artists I've worked with, business partners, and former mods for anything they did after this all happened, and I'm sorry for how they were affected by all of this. Bro, I don't believe that for 1 second. If anybody ever spoke against you or made a public statement, it's going in the Red and Cinder stock diary. That's for sure. That is for sure. You guys hold grudges, man. Yeah, it sucks that the 900 other pages invalidate this statement. Yeah, she says this after 1,000 pages of attacking those friends and then says, I forgive them. Like, the nerve is crazy. I've had more than enough time to think everything over and over again. Obviously, the root cause of almost everything that happened was because of poor communication between Red and I, between me and my friends, and between them and me, and poor decisions made under pressure. No. That's not the root cause. The root cause is that you got lost in the sauce trying to be more competitive, trying to one-up other people, believing that everybody was out to get you, instead of believing in the good in people and that your friends were there for you. They were there to support you. They were there to bring out the best in you. And you took advantage of that. It's not a communication thing. Stop with the fucking communication excuse. That's not true. The only thing she could say is that she should have asked for Red for more transparency. I was under pressure from Red about his feelings about Bao that made me distance myself from her, pressure on myself that made me choose V-Card over going to Numi's concert, and pressure from harassment and my insecurities that led to trying to cut off Silverveil from Nano's models. Okay, she kind of addresses it here at least. Red and I both had plenty of time to talk things out with people, and neither of us did. Everything that was made public could have been settled privately. This has set an awful... Really? How could you and Silverveil have settled this privately? Would you have told her? Everybody you talk shit behind her back? Would they have... Even if they spoke to Silverveil in DMs, do you guys think that they would have ever admitted to her the extent of what they did to her? You think they would have told her, like, all of the 4 artists they tried to blacklist her from? And do you guys remember how that Silverveil section ended? Where she was like, you're a rat, you're this, you're that. She started insulting her. Like, you're giving us a cake of caca. It's caca. And you wrapped it up in, like, nice words. And for some reason, people are falling for it. Red and I both had plenty of time to talk things out with people, and neither of us did. Everything that was made public could have been settled privately. This has set an awful precedent for the entire of the VTuber community, which I feel has become more divisive and drama-filled since this happened. Okay, well, not everything revolves around you, Cinder. It's always been like that. I've always had problems communicating with people. I will do my best to be more open about what I'm thinking and feeling to them, even if it's difficult to avoid any other situation like this from ever happening. Red and I have both made mistakes. We aren't a perfect people, but we aren't evil either. We're going to try to contact anyone we owe an apology to personally, even if an apology to them was in this document, and hope to move on. Wow. I'm very curious if they did so. Really, are you guys gonna contact Nano, Bao, Numi, Shy Lily, Silver, Aru, Spite? Because in those 1000 pages, it doesn't seem like you were really happy with them at all. Now, who the hell would they apologize to? I'm so confused. I don't blame the internet for being the internet, making memes at my expense and countless news and drama channels farming this for views. It's just business! And this is just another Google Docie. But I didn't want to hide this from the rest of my life, and I couldn't let my legacy be decided by anyone other than myself. Now, there's nothing else for me to say, and I can finally look ahead. I'm ready to return to doing what I love, even if it's on a smaller scale. I want to stream again. I want to create again. I want to inspire people again. I want to be someone people can look up to again. I love being a VTuber, and I love being Cinder. Thank you for reading, and thank you for waiting. It's crazy that she's also saying, like, you know, drama channels farming this for views when your entire thing is about farming views, farming money. They're so lost in the sauce. They're going all in on every single thing. Yeah, it was all you from the start to finish. Don't worry, Cinder. Lots of blame shifting. I don't see serious accountability or acceptance. Me neither. Hey, you! Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell button. And I'll see you in the next video.